pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody had a chance.
You want me to do it?
You go ahead.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the 11/30/2020 meeting?
So moved.
A second? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Motion to adopt ordinance number 49.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Say
moved.
aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Public input session.
Mayor, did you want to talk about the Harvard Global?
I know, I'd sent you a deal. You go ahead and do it. You see it there. I don't see it that from here.
Go ahead.
I did want to go ahead and share this data. The mayor had sent me this over the weekend. And the Harvard Global data shows is basically updated up to the 4th. And you can see we had a time when it was a little bit lower numbers, but we're back up. The 4th shows a little bit higher numbers again. So we are surging, having little bit lower numbers and going right back up. So that's the data from Harvard Global. And
Do you have the sheet from Mike Wagner?
yep, I'm bringing that up as well.
Okay,
You can see those numbers also gone up. And
this Friday, when Mike put that together, was the first time every county was red in the state of Kansas.
yeah, and I'll bring that picture up just to show you. It's solid red. So
Yep, not good.
that was that data.
Well, I guess I'd like to say that being looking and walking around in a couple of the larger stores in town, everybody that I saw was wearing a mask. I think that the public is finally catching the idea that you're going to have to wear a mask and try to get this thing knocked down. So.
And I will say that Janetta went to Dillon's early yesterday for the elderly and people with immune disease type thing, and there were 3 or 4 people in there, she said, without masks. So we still have those that don't want to do it, and whether you believe in it or not, let's give it a try because we're running the wrong way.
Yes, I agree.
And I will still accept love letters from those that don't like masks.
Well, I'd say in along with the mask thing, I saw a person that didn't visit with him, but saw him with a mask on, and he told me that there's no way in blank that he was ever going to wear a mask, period. He'd pay whatever fine it was, and I saw him in Dillon's store yesterday with a mask on, so.
Yeah.
So
Well, we get more and more people compliant, so, and we just do what we can do, and hopefully we can get this thing behind us. I
okay.
can tell you it's no fun being asymptomatic that spend 16 days home and not allowed to do anything, even though I don't have anything wrong with me. Some ways I wished I would, but then I see people that's sick and I'm glad I'm not sick.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're glad you're not sick either. But we don't want to see you either. So
Yeah,
we'll just
don't
keep
worry about it.
going.
You won't see me hopefully till next Monday.
There you go. Okay. Anybody else, public input session? Anybody
Yeah.
online?
I'll put something in because you're all depressing me. For the first time in the history of the McPherson debate program, 2 freshmen broke to nationals this weekend. We'll be going up to Minneapolis in late May to compete if it's in person by late May. So Zach Stein, a freshman, and then some goofy kid named Sam Houston broke to nationals. So, and it's not even basketball, so it's a good time.
Well, good.
Congratulations. Tell Sam congratulations.
Yeah, tell him congratulations. That's good to hear.
I hope that Sam doesn't lock you out of the house.
Anything else? Need a motion to approve the agenda as stated.
So move.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Go down to the remembering former Mayor Vern Dossett.
I'll just as a point of reference, on December 3rd, Thursday, former Mayor, Mayor Dossett passed away at age 88. Dossett served for the city of McPherson as the mayor from 1993 to 2002. Among some of Dossett's most noted accomplishments as mayor, and these were accomplishments he pointed out when he retired as mayor and went back to look at a Sentinel article. A big part of what he was involved with, well, the time he was here, was to move the current park office to where it is at the National Guard Armory. He was part of that negotiation that helped do that. They consolidated a number of park offices to make that what it is today. And he was also part of the group that accepted and established the downtown park plaza, the plaza area in downtown. He was a big part of that, as well as he was a major part of completing a major lighting project at Wall Park, coupled with an establishment of the Farmers Alliance Pavilion and the Mengenbeck sculpture that you see out there today. Dossett also served on the McPherson Board of Public Utility for 14 years, from 2004 to 2018. And his long service and dedication to the McPherson community will definitely be remembered, and he'll be greatly missed. I know that the mayor wanted to had some thoughts and share some thoughts about Mayor Dossett.
I think that Mayor Dossett was an all McPherson person. He was born in McPherson. He went to school in McPherson. He graduated from McPherson High School. He went to McPherson College. He was interrupted in his education by going to the Navy during the Korean War. He came back, graduated from McPherson. He worked at the Warren Hotel as a manager, and somebody convinced him to go into banking. And that person did a great job because he went and graduated from banking school at Madison, Wisconsin, which is on the campus of University of Wisconsin. And he did a great job in banking, a great job in leading our city for 3 terms. I had the privilege of being able to sit down when I became mayor in his living room and talk to him a couple of times. He was a good counselor for me. I enjoyed the times that he was on the BPU, and I overlapped with him for 9 or 10 of those years, and always had good conversations before and after those meetings. It's kind of a sad note that both now Zeke Anderson and him have passed. I've had a few conversations with Bill Gehring and the long line of people whose shoulders we have the opportunity to stand on are slowly going away. But Vern was Mr. McPherson. As I've said, all these things, he was here from the time he was born until now. He has passed away. His wife Tilly is a special person. They sat next to me at the basketball games at the Roundhouse, and I did not have the composure that Vern had. I would yell out when my son or grandson didn't do something very well, but he was more patient than me. So I don't know whether Tilly had the influence on him or he is just a patient person, but I really enjoyed Vern. He's a tremendous person and they have a wonderful house. The times I sat in their living room was like going back in history 100 years and enjoying the early days of McPherson. So I salute Vern Dossett and his family, tremendous family.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, let's move on. We'll talk about the Battle of the Badge presentation. Chief Golden and Sheriff Montaigne will announce the winner and pass out the trophy. Need somebody to help you carry that?
I need help with everything I
There
carry.
you go.
Give Jerry a block to stand on.
Just want to say, this is for the Battle of the Badges and letter from the Red Cross. It says law enforcement was named this year's winner of the American Cross Battle of the Badges blood drive competition between local fire, law enforcement, and EMS. McPherson Police and Sheriff's Departments have the ownership of the traveling trophy until next year's event. The indoor drive collected 126 pints, saving 378 lives. This is the most blood the Red Cross has collected at the McPherson Community Blood Drive in more than 2 years. American Red Cross Central Plains would like to thank all of McPherson County first responders for their continued support and their work they do each and every day. So, sit up in our office for a year and we'll see what next year happens.
Donating blood is so important. I mean, it saves so many lives. So whenever we're doing these, in-house competitions, it's great to have the community come together and, put the numbers in for whichever department they're supporting that time. And we just appreciate everybody's support.
Okay, thank you very much.
Great
Thank
job.
you. And then, by the way, thanks for letting me be the crossing guard. I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
All my grandkids are watching.
Don't let the kids run over you.
No,
All right.
those were taller than me.
There you go.
Just hold the sign high.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Public Lands and Facilities, Commissioner Gary.
Okay. Lee Burns could not be here this morning. He was working at the basketball game Friday night, and player was coming his way out of control, slamming against the wall, and there was a cage on the wall. There was some chemicals or some disinfectant or something like that. Slammed one right into that little cage. And it broke 6 ribs. He's in serious pain today. And, we're thinking about him, but in the meantime, we've had a situation out at the golf course where we were having problems with the heating unit. Called a plumber out there to look at it. He looked at it and tested the COVID, or tested the carbon monoxide levels in the building, and they were off the charts. So we had to shut everything down. They've had no heat out there now for a week, and we need to get moving on this thing. So we need to get a HVAC unit put in out there. We did what we were supposed to do. We got 3 bids, and the lowest bid was Jim's Plumbing for $9,265.35. And I'd just like to have a motion to accept that.
I move that we accept the quote from Jim's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning for 1 rooftop HVAC unit for the Turkey Creek Golf Course Clubhouse for an amount not to exceed $9,256.35.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, move on to Public Works. Morning, Jeff.
The first item I have for your consideration is out of the street department. In the absence of a crew leader, Tim Holtzley has been acting crew leader. Tim has done a good job, and we're now ready to promote him to crew leader at the street department.
Yes, I move that we approve the promotion of Tim Holtz to the Street Department Crew Leader effective December 14, 2020.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next item is out of the wastewater treatment facility.
We had a failure in one of the primary mixing pumps in SBR3, and it needs to be repaired. We've received a quote from Lee Matthews, Wichita, Kansas, a subsidiary of Fluid Equipment for the repairs. The estimated repair cost is $21,220. We're also looking into a backup pump. This failure occurred 5 months after a routine inspection that showed no signs of any issues. Without one of the SBRs, it reduces plant capacity by 25%. And we're looking into a backup pump so we can ensure to continue to operate in case of a pump failure. Cost of backup pump is going to be in the neighborhood of $48,000. These pumps have been in place in 6 years. For 6 years, we've changed our inspection practices that hopefully we can catch seal failures before it gets damage into the windings. These pumps are expected to last much longer than 6 years.
Who does those inspections, Jeff?
They do them in-house.
Okay.
But we'll be able to, yeah, we'll be able to do that in-house, and we're just going to step that up a step from
Yeah,
what
they're
it
gonna
was.
actually, they were following the recommended procedures, but they're gonna have to now remove the pumps and actually flush out the bottom of them and see if there's any sediment in them, which it should indicate earlier
Yeah.
that there's some issues.
Okay.
Good. I'd like to move to approve payment to Lee Matthews, Wichita, Kansas, a subsidiary of Fluid Equipment for repairs of one of the primary mixing pumps in SBR number 3 for a cost not to exceed $21,220.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Finally, I'd like to give you an update on our construction project. We still have hanging out there. There's still no changes. We're down to one item on the Hulse drainage project, and that's some touch-up paint on some of the back sides of the handrails. No street closers are associated with that project. And then an update on the Bull Creek drainage study. The city of McPherson has partnered with Alfred Benish and Company in Tehama to perform the Bull Creek watershed study. The study was made possible with a grant from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Bull Creek Basin runs through the western part of the city. All field work, which includes data collection and drone flight, have been accomplished. The actual study will now take several months. Once complete, we'll report the findings to the commission.
Mhm.
Yeah, can I back up just 1 minute on that whole drainage project? Has that contractor been paid?
No, we're holding out money.
Okay, you think you want to get that done? I mean,
Well-
that's been on here forever.
It has. They're having some trouble getting the paint from the manufacturer. Sometimes you can't go over it with the same paint, it won't adhere.
Oh,
So it's in order and yeah, I believe he does want to get it. It's not that they're not wanting to get it finished.
okay, thank you.
Finally, I'd like to remind everyone that weekly construction updates, road closures and detours, and planned road closures and planned detours are available on the city's website, www.mcpcity.com. That's all I have unless there are any additional questions.
I don't think so. Thank you. Administrative report. Nick?
The first item I have for you, the new construction home buyer incentive program, which began back in May of 2013 as a 2-year program, was expanded in 2015 and then extended in 2016 for 2 years. Then it was extended again for an additional 2003 for additional 3 years at the end of 2017, bringing it to December 31st, 2020 of this year. The attached ordinance extends the NCHIP program from January 1st of 2021 to December 31st of 2023. The NCHIP program provides down payment assistance and rebates on city portion of property taxes for individuals moving into a newly constructed home within the city limits of McPherson. The incentive was designed to encourage current and future residents to help build homes and expand the housing footprint of McPherson. since its inception back in May of 2013. The following number of homes have participated in the program on an annual basis. 2013, we had 13. 2014, we had 20. 2015, we had 18. 2016, we had 12. 2017, we had 11. 2018, we had 4. 2019, we had 6. And 2020, so far, we've had 7.
Okay. I move that we adopt ordinance number 3347, an ordinance of McPherson, Kansas, the city, rationalizing and extending the program for cash payments and rebates to homeowners of the city portion of ad valorem property taxes paid on qualifying new homes for a period of up to 3 years, subject to the certain limitations, conditions, and restrictions, authorizing staff to prepare appropriate application forms and agreements to be executed between the city and the homeowner participating in the program, and authorizing the city administrator to execute such agreements on behalf of the city, and authorize the mayor to sign that ordinance.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay. Next item I have for you. This year, the McPherson Housing Coalition received $192,353 in grant funding from KDHE. Due to COVID-19, it was announced that there would be no match required for the McPherson Housing Coalition, which would be allotted $114,000 for rapid rehousing applicants, $65,500 for homeless prevention applicants, $2,660 for technology and training, and $9,193 for grant administration. This reimbursement request will bring the total request for the 2020 to $38,504.37, which equates to about 20% of the awarded $192,353. Just as a reminder, ESG does stand for Emergency Solutions Grant, and the grant is funded by KDHE, is administered by the city of McPherson for the benefit of the McPherson Housing Coalition, for them to run their homeless prevention programs and activities.
I'd make a motion to approve payment to McPherson Housing Coalition for the ESG grant reimbursement request number 4 in the amount of $14,835.96, and authorize the mayor to sign the related documents.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item, we have received an event planning form from Casey Schrott to hold the Christmas Parade of Lights in McPherson. The parade would be held on Saturday, December 12th, starting at 5:30 p.m. in the water park parking lot, and then head north on Maxwell, cross First Street, enter the Cedar Houses curve. Cross First Street, enter the Cedar Houses, curve back on Maxwell, then they'd go to Darlow, and they'd wind through the Cedars neighborhood, popping out onto First Street and heading west on Main Street. They'd turn right on Main and head north on Brookdale, to Brookdale, and possibly going through the drive. They might stay on Main and wait for a response, then turning west onto Northview and winding the curve of McPherson Care Center and returning to Main Street, headed back south on Main Street, and then finally ending at the plaza area. They are requesting a police escort for the duration of the route. Both the McPherson Police Department and the Fire Department have been contacted with these event organizers, and I think I saw emails from both of them that's acceptable, if it's acceptable for the commission.
Okay. I'd move that we approve the McPherson Christmas Parade of Lights event to be held on Saturday, December 12, 2020, from 5:30 to 6 p.m., following the described route, and for the police department to help escort the parade through town. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
On Friday, we were given notice that we were awarded $100,000 for a moderate income housing grant through the Kansas Housing Resource Corporation. The grant will allow at least 4 houses to be completed along the south side of Genesis Drive by developer Jim Strawn. A copy of that approval letter and that grant agreement, monthly report templates are attached. The City Commission should consider authorizing Mayor Brown to sign this agreement and begin the process of moving forward with this grant. I will add that this grant we did put in for 12. It's possible that we could do more than 4, and there's going to have to be some additional discussions with the developer on that, whether we'd have to lower the amounts that we would award out in combination with those. But those houses will also be available and for in-chip as well. So there's that piece that's out there as well that they'll still be able to take advantage of as well. But it's a big deal. As I mentioned, we put in for 12. The funding source for this is very competitive. So the fact that we got the 4, I think, is very positive. And I want to thank KDHE or KHRC for their allowing us to go ahead and get this award. And at this point, I'd make the recommendation that we go ahead and accept that.
I'll make the motion to accept the moderate income housing MIH grant for $100,000 and authorize Mayor Brown to sign the grant agreement on behalf of the city of McPherson.
I second it. All in favor, say aye.
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 The approval of wages.
Okay. There are 2 wages for your consideration for approval. Jewel Weibert, municipal court clerk, going from 1907 to 1945, effective December 14th. Tim Holsley, street department, going from operator and trainer to a crew leader, going from $16.13 per hour to $18.32, also effective the 14th of December.
I move we approve the wages as read.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
There is 1 enhanced cereal malt beverage license for your consideration. That's BW Gas and Convenience Retail, better known as Yes Way Store, located at 1035 West Kansas Avenue. And that would be for sale in original and unopened containers and no consumption on premises.
I'd make the motion to approve the enhanced cereal malt beverage license.
I second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Guess I'd move, is that all we have? Is the recess city commission meeting? Make a motion to recess the city commission meeting on Monday, December 7 until completion of the study sessions with no binding action to occur until the meeting reconvenes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have several items. The first one being 4.1.
Just one procedural note, the annexation has to occur before the rezone.
Okay. So that's fine. So what do we need for you to do then?
We just need vote to approve, well, they need to be separate votes, so we would need,
3348 first.
yeah.
There's 2
motion to
motions
approve.
that are on that item in the recess.
Yeah, he moved it. Nick looks like he moved it over. Oh, somebody showed up. I don't know how I get there.
Magic. Are you still there, Mayor? We can't.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
It seemed to me that all we have to do is
Okay, here.
pass ordinance 3348, and then we can go to 3349.
That's correct. Okay. I would move that we adopt ordinance number 3348, an ordinance annexing a tract of land, McPherson County, Kansas, by the city of McPherson, Kansas, including that the land within the corporate limits of the city, and authorize the mayor to sign the ordinance.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The next one is a motion to adopt ordinance number 3349, an ordinance establishing zoning for certain lands located in the city of McPherson under the authority granted by the zoning regulation of the city as originally approved by ordinance 3016, and authorize the mayor to sign that ordinance.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, now,
That's it.
that's all we need, Virgil? Okay,
Thank you.
let's go to, I have 6.1, Nick,
Which is now 9-2.
which is now 9.2. That's correct.
And I presented on this item, this is the tax credits.
Okay,
There's, as I mentioned, the one thing that you guys would have to do is do a motion to approve the sales, the tax credit sales
Great.
agreement that's out there.
I'd make the motion to approve the sales tax agreement for the McPherson Community Building.
I second it. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? And then the only thing left on here is the,
Close the media center at 5 o'clock.
pardon? Yeah,
Closing the municipal-
closing the building.
I'll make the motion that we close the building for an indefinite period of time until it's determined otherwise to reopen again for reasons of COVID, limiting the staff that we have on hand. And that people can come, but they come by appointment only and meet the requirements in the building.
Okay, I second that motion. Any discussion?
I would say the only thing is one of the exposures we had, whether the building's closed or not, is we let a contractor come in, not wear his mask. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting where I'm at. And I think it's another reason why we had some public works people get exposed because he didn't wear a mask. So if we're going to do these things, we have to be sure that we enforce it.
I agree with you 100%. Any other discussion? All in favor of closing the building and doing by
Aye.
appointment only? Say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. We'll do that effective tomorrow,
Today.
today? Okay, sounds good to me.
I feel we can still continue to have
Sure.
our meetings, and we'll arrange people that want to come in, in person, we'll make arrangements for those people as well. And we'll be able to do Zoom for those people that want to meet from the outside too. So new technology, I think it is proven to be pretty good. I think you can hear the mayor and you could hear and see Janetta very well
Okay,
at this meeting. So I think we should be able to continue to run the meetings that way until you guys make a decision. to
Okay.
open that back up.
sounds good. Anything else?
I just would like to say there's a lot of stuff for me to sign, so you can either call me and my wife will come and get this stuff, or you can bring it by and I'd sign it all and then she will bring it back to you.
That was our plan, Mayor. As soon as we get, I think, talk to Lisa, we've got just about everything printed off from this meeting. We'll bring you that, bring you the AP book, and there's a number of other things we need signatures on. We'll bring it by your house and
Okay,
that'll work.
Okay, anything else? I move we adjourn city commission meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
aye.
All opposed? Thanks, everybody.